Hello, everybody. Hell's here, and today we are going to be going over Undertale's soul theory. So, in short, what is happening to Frisk's body while they are in battle with a monster? So, just a warning to all of you beautiful people out there who may be watching this video. There will be some Undertale spoilers ahead. No idea why the hell I have to bring it up, but if a lot of people end up watching this video, I know somebody's going to get mad in the comments at me for not, explicitly saying, "Oh, there's spoilers." Wait a minute, never mind. This isn't Reddit. Anyways, so essentially, what we're going to be going over is what Frisk is doing while they're in battle. So, or at least Frisk's body is doing. So, there is, of course, the theory that, the soul is just moving independently of Frisk's body, which is perfectly possible. But at that point, there isn't really much to speak about on that behalf, with one exception, which I will go over a bit later. So, there is, of course, the possibility that Frisk's body is moving in tandem with their soul. So, if this were to happen, there would be a few things essentially needed for that to be at least effectively portrayed. So, first of all, the portrayal of, Frisk's soul, at least the perspective you see it from, would have to change rather than just the colors changing. Because, it is unlikely Frisk's body is just actively flying around in the red soul mode. So, you're most likely viewing it from, above. So Frisk is actually just walking around. There is, of course, it would have to be changing in your viewpoint, which would seem odd, but is technically possible with, the purple soul mode, which is, that Frisk is sort of implied to be jumping from web to web during the Muffet fight in the game. Muffet being, the spider lady who has the insanely catchy theme song, which they made a Nintendo exclusive boss with, effectively a remix of that song. But yeah, assuming that those are webs and not lines from a book, which would be implied by what is supposedly the human with the purple souls items being a book and, a torn notebook and foggy glasses, which it is also equally possible that is just a coincidence that you end up getting that soul mode while, matching energy with Muffet or something. But effectively, to look at that, it would need to be shifted to a perspective where you're standing on ground level rather than viewing the fight from above. So essentially the reason why it would most likely not be viewing from above is just because, that would imply Frisk is actively climbing the floor, which would honestly kind of seem like a hilarious thing to watch. But, oh my God, somebody's going to go off and make an animation of this, aren't they? Essentially, though, that is a theory. Just based on how they move it's just a perspective change, nothing more. There is, of course, the theory that the soul is moving independently from Frisk's body, because, Frisk's, body never actually shows marks after a fight. What my personal theory is regarding what Frisk's soul is doing is every individual soul, soul mode is varied in what Frisk is able to accomplish. Essentially, in Asgore's basement, you see. In Asgore's basement, you see the human, the coffins for the humans. You check yours, and it's empty. You find out later that Kara's body, or the first fallen human, technically all of the, both humans are labeled in the files as Kara, just because, it's character. However, it was never explicitly stated the other human bodies, after their souls were taken, were not also buried in the same place as Kara. So it is possible that they have some kind of, connection towards Frisk. But, of course, that is also possibly not true. Um, then, of course, my personal theory, regarding the mixed soul theory is that each individual, soul mode is actually a projection of, I guess, the mind or headspace of each individual fallen human. Frisk being just flying around because they behave somewhat like a blank slate for the player. The purple soul having, the lines of a book which they jump from. Uh, you know, blue soul being the one, the ballerina soul, being able to jump due to, being a fucking ballerina. Um, green soul with the frying pan, being able to protect itself using the frying pan, at least through its implication. Clover, or it isn't even canonically Clover. I've seen people play Undertale Yellow, and now I'm stuck calling the yellow soul of Jaundice Clover. But essentially, yellow soul with the empty gun, of course, shoots its shit, and unfortunately, we never got the bravery or patience, or not patience, bravery or perseverance souls. Or persistence. I don't know what the light blue soul is. um, Wait, light. Oh my god, the light blue attack would. It would be so funny if it was just like the light blue soul is. Congratulations, you're blue now. You can't fucking move. But effectively speaking, that's really it. I'm sorry for going off. If any of y'all would like, please leave a comment saying if I should start some ASMR channels. Because let's be blunt, I have actually been working on my ASMR voice. So yeah, I hope you all would enjoy that. Leave a comment if you like it. Yeah, if I get one extra subscriber, I'll start ASMR. I know that this was a bit random as a video, but I don't know. I hope you all enjoyed. And as always, to all of the good boys out there, you're a good boy. To all of the good girls out there, you're a good girl. To all of the NBs out here, you're a good being. To all people who are not, under those umbrella of terms, everyone, using neo pronouns and, genders that are not under those three, you're a good being of some kind. Anyways, thank you. Remember to like and subscribe if you feel so inclined to do so. You are by no means required to, serve up a sacrifice to the YouTube corporation algorithm god. And until then, goodbye. Mwah. Love y'all. Mwah.